最も弱き者が最も強き者に挑む。迷いと嘆き、決断と成長に満ちたその童貞こそ人間の証である。聖杯は強き者にのみ与えられる。最後の二人は共に性質の違う強者となった。であればもう一度君に送ろう。光あれと。視点の玉座にて君を待つ。
Well, alright then. Ultim. Is that meant to be ultimate? Is that meant to be saying ultimate? The next combatants will be... What do you mean announce? There's only 2 people left! You don't need to announce! And now all too familiar ringing tone draws my eyes on my terminal. The final week has begun. Hey buddy! When I arrive at the bulletin board as prompted by the terminal, there is someone there ahead of me. I'm not surprised to see him. After all, there's no one else who would be there. Leo turns my way, smiling as usual. His servant Gawain stands one step behind him, straight as a sword thrust into a stone. Unlike Leo, Gawain's eyes are calm. I sense no hostility from him, just an ironclad loyalty and unwavering confidence in his lord. Oh. Gawain's composure wouldn't slip, even in the middle of a battle. That righteous white knight would die without question for his lord. As I'm looking around, I'm struck with a sense of change. This is the last time I'll see the bulletin board like this. I look, though I already know the names. Master Leonard Bistario, is that? What country does Bistario come from? I don't know. Leonard Bistario, Harway, the 7th Chimeric Dynasty. With this announcement, at last we are formally adversaries. Once again, I wish you luck. Leo's trying to speak casually, but something has changed about his voice. It's not that he's apprehensive about the fight, he's excited, almost thrilled. It's strange. Honestly, I never imagined that you would be the one. Yeah, you'd be the one with me at the very end. When I first saw you, you were an industrious, adaptive, and rather forgettable individual. Over the brief course of this war, you've grown immeasurably, as if suited for the soul battle, or for the soil battle. Now you are standing in front of me, and now you stand in front of me as a fit opponent, not just in ability, but in countenance. I'm as enamoured with this feeling of competition as a little girl with a fairy tale. Leo laughs bashfully. You'd think he'd never enjoyed basic human emotions before. I do not know for which one of us this fate was meant for, however. Now I feel this fight with you is a necessary step in the process of my ascension to the throne. For showing me a side of the world that I had yet to know, you have my deepest gratitude. Leo isn't being insincere, he's thanking me in his self-centered, condescending way. He believes he'll win, he believes he's righteous. His belief in his own victory is greater than any I've ever seen. Leo, I understand your feelings, but further cordiality would be quite unnecessary. It has been an obstacle, The time to exchange words has passed, with this now worthy opponent. So what, were you shit-talking me as well this entire time? You were like, he's now worthy. It's like, alright, calm down, Gawain. Why is it a question mark? I just realised. Why is question mark? We know his name. Clearly know his class. This is going to be a saber on saber duel. Why is... It's also kind of great how the final fight is saber v saber. Like if you picked Archer, and then the second one would be Archer v Archer. It's not as awesome. Or Caster v Caster in the third round. It's not as cool as the final round being a mirror match. But we know he's the saber and we know his name's Gawain. Why is it question mark? Indeed, thank you, Gawain. I got carried away. I'll take my leave now. I look forward to your next audience with me on the final battlefield. Leah's parting smile was gentler than usual. I can't help watching his back as he leaves. It feels like I have always been looking at Leo's back. My world is too different from his. His sentiments have always been foreign as his own country. A boy who has progressed by making victory second nature. A king who will not tolerate any outcome but victory. A person whose entire life has been absolute. I don't believe that he and I are equals, but then again, I'm gonna kick his ass. We're both king of the mountain right now. We came from many places to fight in this Holy Grail war. I will struggle to find my place. Alright. Time for the final showdown, King. Look at this energy this boy has now. Strangely enough, my heart is calm. I breathe easily. The memories of past battles are a comfort rather than a paralysing factor. I'm not eager to fight, but I'm not distressed either. I'm mostly surprised at my own placidity. Saber is in a similar mood. With a gentle voice, but the same steely eyes, Saber speaks to me. The day we battle the Princeling has finally arrived. He is a magnificent creature, born possessing the poise, charisma, and pride of a king. Seldom is such a person born who can bring the people to the world such joy and such wickedness. If only, but no. I do not like him. I like you better. Thank you. A king is capable and well suited to leadership. What would become of things if this boy was king? He is but a Deus Ex Machina, arising from the stage unabided and unwelcome by his people. His rule promises a gilded cage for his people, unfairly stifling their radiance. That's rude as fuck. It seems you finally understand what beauty is. And that understanding is also beautiful. I am glad to have fought with such a master. In any case, I find there to be something deeply moving about this, our last fight. You have trudged through bloodshed and sorrow to reach this point, although you still lack much. These trials you've endured have carved a fine pattern upon you. I accept you as my chief. Okay. Okay, M-rated up in here then. Okay. It is your love for life which propels you through triumph and despair. That is most beautiful. And then, Saber quietly disappears. Right. This is the last time Saber and I will fight side by side. This woman truly is my Saber. A blade that cuts down any hardship I face. Saber would probably just get angry if I said that, telling me not to think of her every little thing. Well, thank her of every little thing. So instead of thanking Saber, I'll show her that I'm ready and willing for this fight, and she'll appreciate that most of all. Nah. Oh, okay, alright. I mean, sure. As I head out to the hallway, a silhouette appears in the doorway. I wonder how many times I've met Kotomine like this. What does he want this time? As he sees me tense up, he flashes a rare smile. I must admit that I'm surprised that you, of all people, have made it this far. I welcome you to the final confrontation, Master. The Holy Grail is almost within your reach. The omnipotent construct that will grant any wish, any desire. Can you feel how close it is? What a surprise! To be free of avarice, I suppose I should quietly applaud you. A dismissive smile begins to form on his lips of the black-clad priest. Now allow me to announce the final trial. The way to the last battlefield has been opened. So, who will claim victory and raise the Holy Grail to their lips? I await with bated breath. Alright. There's no one else, so I don't even know why I'd bother. Actually, is there anything new? Okay. Alright, go to Sakura. Get our shit. Go to the church. Spend any points we ain't spent. Do we even have any points? 17. We have points for days. Okay. Congratulations on advancing to 7 round Hakuno. Please take a lunch. This is the last one, so I put extra love into it. It's an adorable fucking thing. It's an adorable fucking thing. Alright. Wait, so does that mean the girl that was here, was she the one that Leo killed? Because if so, damn it, Leo. Okay, I don't think there's anything above A+. So we're gonna... gonna boost the fence. Alright, you got anything? I can't count how many times I've come here, and now the only masters left are myself and Leo. When the finals begin, this school will become almost completely devoid of life. When the time comes, will these sisters still be here in the chapel, unable to leave? You need to focus on your opponent, not worrying about us. Just think of us as scenery. She's right. Toku and I can take care of ourselves. I do appreciate your concern though. Thanks, Hakuno. This may be the last time we see each other. It won't be. So I want to say goodbye now. Don't hold back against Leo. And although I was just an observer, I have a feeling you'll win. Thank you, madam. Your compassion sickens me. And you're still a disappointment and a monstrosity. Alright. I guess it's something. Being able to relate to other people is a virtue, maybe. You might not understand it, but every memory of your opponent will make your attack stronger. But by me saying that, you might place more value on this conversation than you should. Screw it. Anyway, I doubt there are any magi still alive as disgustingly avaricious as you. With that, Toko Uzaki shrugs her shoulders and gives me a sardonic smirk. And despite the abuse, I detect a hint of warmth. Or dare I say, affection even. Between puffs of smoke, I heard her murmur, "You're quite extraordinary." Ah yeah, she likes me. I'm kind of surprised there's no tiger. But I guess we just go. Oh, hello. I walk down the hallway en route to the arena. Is it because of the culmination of this journey that draws near that each footstep feels so inevitable? Why have you stopped so suddenly? Are you not feeling well? For some reason, as I gaze out the window at the digital sky, Saber chooses to appear. A swordsman exquisitely ensconced in a red ballroom dress, attire and protected of all life's beauty. A young woman who gloriously rends life from flesh, more arrogant, more radiant than any other. Yeah, I see. I can walk down a different path. I cannot understand you if you remain silent. I am inclined to humour any request that you have at the moment, if it is within reason. I smile unwittingly at Saber, always so prideful. I want to protect her smile, even though she is the one who always defends me. Fool, that makes such a strange face. You almost inadvertently made me do the same. Why, it was near sabotage. Had Leo attacked us at the moment, we would be caught unaware. Only show that expression in the safety of our room, master. It is wasted in a place like this. Alright. Fair enough. Self-lost and visibly angry, Saber disappears. She's the same irrational, charming despot as ever. I shouldn't be thinking this, but this past week has been enjoyable because I've been. What do you mean week? What do you mean? What do you mean week? It's been more than a week, mate. It's been like 7. It's been 2 months. But still, the hour of battle draws closer. The final battle. No matter how the Holy Grail War ends, I'll be parted from her. It's been almost 2 months, sir. What do you mean week? The fuck is that? The atmosphere in the arena felt more ominous than normal, and noise felt as if it was. Yeah, and the noise felt like it was going to rip me apart. And the animosity being directed at me is almost palpable. It makes me want to throw up. The source of all of this hostility, it's definitely not Leo. Saber seems really on edge, but they're right. This feeling isn't coming from either Leo or Gawain. In fact, it's almost as if, I'm almost sure that I felt this feeling of hatred before. But how is it? I think I understand now. I doubt there are 2 people capable of radiating such lethal malice. I'm not sure what kind of trick this is, or what trick this might be, but you should prepare yourself, Predator. Can we not? Nope, okay. So some of these are locked and some of them aren't. Okay. Oh, walk in the arena. A sudden burst of distortion that sounds almost like a groan pierces my brain. Could it be a voice? Julius. Not yet. Die. Why myself? It was definitely a voice. I suddenly feel as if a wave of negative emotions are washing over me. Just ignore it, Master. It's just a meaningless lamentation of the dead. That's worrying. It's not an enemy of ours. Saber's words immediately bring me back to reality. While the aura of negativity is still very much there, the voice that seemed to ring in my head is gone. There is no doubt as to who that voice belongs to, but how? If I want to know the truth, I have to keep moving forward. Okay. I can't get down unless I go through there, but that door's locked. So, what about that? How do you pronounce that? Fele Magica. Fele Magica. What's the Fele... What the balls is a Fele Magica? Is that even a word? Is that even a word? I mean, that worked out. That worked out just fine. 400 and... Okay. Okay, we grind boys. This is a good grind boy place. That door is also locked. Okay. Why are all these doors locked? I am a fan of how I can kill these things in 3 hits. I am such a fan that in the final area I can get kills in 3 hits. It's just a matter of getting those 3 hits. Distortion sears my brain like a hot iron. Dark thoughts seems to work their way through my entire being. The sudden chill that courses through my body sets to shaking, and I feel like I'm being turned inside out. I try to stop the intrusion of these evil thoughts into my consciousness, but they continue to enter my mind. This sounds like a lovely situation to be in. His name is Dejection. His origins lay in disdain and spite. His name is abomination and hatred. In his past is scorn and ridicule. In other words, other words, apathy towards everything. Alright? What is this? These overwhelming emotions. What's the source of this deranged irrationality that is rejected and rejects, denies and is denied? It feels as if it crawled out from the darkest depths of hell. I muster all the strength I can and barely manage to endure the onslaught that threatens to engulf me. The hallways seldom... Is that someone's voice? I push it through the distortion and focus my attention on the voice. An experiment will begin. We will remove the liver to observe the pain response. No anesthesia will be used. Oh god. Failure, failure, failure. Failure, 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 failure. Less than useless. This individual has no right to exist and has nothing to contribute to the future. No value, no ability. It's a failure. Its design is flawed. The rate of aging is twice that of a normal person. I predict that this lifespan will be about 20 years at best. What a failure. It's hopeless. This is the most unforgivable of sins committed against nature. It'd be understandable if it came from common stock, but it came from a superior life form. Refrain, stop, the voice suddenly stops. As I concentrate harder, I can see a figure beyond the distortion. That must be a woman. I focus my concentration, and as I stretch out my hand, a scene plays out before me. There you are, Miss Alicia. That voice. It sounds much younger, but it definitely belongs to Julius. Though his voice is audible, his figure doesn't appear. It must be his memory then. The woman named Alicia turns toward Julius, but time has degraded the memory of her facial features. Oh, Julius, what's wrong? Yes, the master has called. I see. So it's that time already. The sunlight was so warm, felt so good that I just happened to forget what time it was. Let us hurry. We won't get punished if we make him wait just a little longer. Anyway, Julius, you're his son, so wouldn't it be better for father? I can't make out that last word. No, as I have be that itch is be the hallway. Okay, yeah, this is breaking up more than I can piece together. I can't, nah. The only of the hallways, Leo. I don't know. I can't piece together all of that. Master, what's wrong? You must come back to reality. Can you hear the sound of my voice? I am here. The sound of Saber's panic shouting brings me back to reality. The voices I heard in those memories faded out at the end. I couldn't understand them. Well, those memories definitely belonged to Julius. Perhaps he was trying to tell me something. Buried under all those dark memories was a cry for sorrow. A cry of sorrow. I have to go on. I have to learn what the owner of that voice is seeking. Alright. Can't go through there. It's probably a day two trip. Yeah, it's fine. It worked. Wasn't bloodless, but it worked. Oh, hello. How are you? Doomsday. Alright. Alright, sir, calm the fuck down. Okay, okay, this is a fight. Okay. Alright, worked out. Worked out fine. Yeah, there it is again. The black thoughts encroach upon my brain like closing waves. Concentrate on the owner of these voices. I'm drawn into those dark thoughts, avoiding the distortions that try to envelop me. I reach out with my mind. Where is it? Where is that figure? When I settle my thoughts, a scene suddenly begins to play in my mind. Is this the continuation of the scene from before? Let us hurry. Making him wait just a little longer won't be enough to get us in trouble. Oh, okay, no, alright. I was half right about that sentence. Anyway, Julius, you're his son. Why don't you call him father? I can't. I don't have the right. I was not born with that which is needed to lead the highways. A functioning uterus? Maybe? I'm not sure what that means. The only one who will succeed the throne is Master Leo. That's how it is. Tell me, what is it that he has been so occupied with as of late? He is receiving training by having knowledge burned into his brain. It's a sound thaumaturgy process. Really? Wow. All of that horrible surgery, and he's only 3. Oh, God. Even as his mother, I so rarely see him. Oh, you're Leo and Julius's. Oh, okay. I thought you were a sister. You call your son Master Leo. All right, Master Leo will one day stand at the pinnacle of the plutocracy the highways have built in Europe. The ruler of Western Europe. A burden that pains a mother to see her child shoulder. Julius. Yes? That. Please protect Leo. Yes, I exist only for that purpose. Already now to make the relic Holy Grail have servant. The servant that I summoned is the East ritual artist named Li Shuen and Julius. I apologize. Babylon isn't asked. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. I want to say that's implore you about Leo or something like that. Yes. Even edge for life. I don't know. Wait, so Li Shuen. She summoned Li Shuen before? Wait, so Li Shuen was summoned before the fight? Before the Grail War? What? Could these be Judas' memories of the time before his soul became irreverently stained as an assassin? I focus even harder on what I'm seeing and reach out even further. Something is there. What is it that you want to say? When I finally reach the absolute depths of the blackened soul behind these memories. Alright, kill. Let me die. Kill. Let me die. Okay. Ooh, that's fun. Oh yeah, you're just on the floor. Okay. Master, don't be a fool. Can't you even open your eyes, you worthless dolt? Saber is almost screaming in desperation and fear. It seems that I'm still alive. My hands are still clenched into fists. I'm covered in sweat, and I'm panting with exertion. I give a nod to the obviously distressed Saber to show I'm okay, and then slowly get to my feet. But it was there. I cry for help in the depths of Judas' consciousness. I have to know what it means. This is fun. This is fun times for fun people. Oh hey! What up? I'ma just... Yeah. Oh, you got me first, damn it. I wasn't after you. Sodom's Gate. You're getting rather fucking pretentious with these names, aren't you? I will tell in my favour. Now about this Nephilim. How much XP this boy gonna give me? How much XP gonna give me, boy? You know what? You know what? What is that new skill actually? Damage to enemy requires use of Noble Phantasm. So once I pop that, I then pop that for some OP shit, I guess. Alright. Is it more cost effective to that skill? Because the first skill does like 1,400 damage or so. That was fine XP. Yeah, like let me heal up first and then I'll get my thoughts out. Okay, so that's double the MP usage, but that does like 1,400, and that does like 1,000. Depends if they block or not. If they block, it can do 400. If they don't block, it can do 1,000. Actually, I think 1,400 was a critical. I think it does like 1,000. About 1,000. That does 2,200. So I think it's actually more MP savvy to use that. I'm not sure. I want to see this. I want to see this bullshit. We'll get there. We'll get there one day. Oh, that's what the trigger is. We can't go there. Wasn't bloodless, but it worked. Was not bloodless, but it worked. Actually, that reminds me. What was the... Nah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good with what I got. Almost tangible animosity is coming from the end of this corridor. Although the source isn't approaching, I can tell that it's incredibly dangerous. I somehow know that the hatred is directed at me. It is so intense that it feels as if my very soul is being impaled by it. This must be coming from that one person. Why hasn't he moved to the Nether Realm? Master, I cannot ignore anything that poses a threat to you. Just give the command and I'll take him down and make sure he stays dead this time. The source of this feeling of hatred is Julius, but his power seems different than when I last faced him. The threat before me is very real, but I have Saber by my side, and if I don't defeat the enemy before me, I'll never make it to the elimination battle. In addition, even as the force of his grudge hits me, I feel something other than a desire for my death. I want to know what that feeling is, no matter what may be waiting for me up ahead. Alright. You guys just chilling, are you? You look different, sir. Alright. It's been a while since we last met, Hakuno. The man standing there greeted me in a quiet voice. The serenity of his voice contrasted with the chaotic and noise-filled atmosphere of the arena. You don't seem surprised to see me. Is that not so? You defeated me, and I have returned because of a question I wish to ask you. Also, I will not be defeated by one such as you. I cannot allow myself to fall to one such as you. I don't quite understand what exactly is driving me, but it is these feelings that have brought me here. What are you talking about? I understand hating the person that defeated you. That's only natural. But what question could possibly be so important? What is Julius trying to say? You understand? Of course, how could you? This is truly just too funny. Am I the only one who knows who and what you really are? Unlike a mere ghost such as yourself, I am alive. After I fell, I became a ghost. While falling through the prediction created by Seraph, I thought to continue on. Right at the end, I saw the truth. As the moon cell began to tear me apart, I saw what you really were. And as if remnants of his sanity had finally snapped, Julius suddenly lets out a roar of maniacal laughter. In addition to the hatred and insanity reflecting in his eyes, there was a sense of obligation and duty. Has the killer before me come back from the dead to fulfill his duty? That's exactly right. I could accept defeat at the hands of any other master but you. You being the one to defeat me is unacceptable. Whether this world lives or dies should be decided by us. Choices that will determine the fate of the world should be made by those living in the present, not by you. A relic of the past, like you, should not be allowed to influence what happens here and now. What does that fucking mean? What the fuck you mean, relic of the past? Yeah, what did Julius just call me? A relic of the past. Not only a power imitation of someone's life, but I was never part of the present. That's correct. You're a reproduction of someone who lived 20 years before the world slid into stagnation. Oh! Oh, okay. Then all the imagery that sometimes appears in my dreams is the last moments of his life, which ended decades ago. Correct. That is why I cannot allow you to defeat me. The changes that must be made in this era will need to be done by us. Leo, my brother, must be king. Or... that's it. That must be the reason. That's my one responsibility. It is what keeps me trapped here. But nothing matters. Please put me out of my misery. 96 is already come and gone. One more person. One last victim. One last... Yeah. Once I kill you, my duty will be done. This is your final moment. Please, just let me kill you. The man hisses out his command. For a moment, I'm violently dizzy. As my vision spins, I fall into a pit of darkness. Okay, so he's a berserker. A violent bestial howl tears through the air and sends a tremor running through the ground. That must be Assassin. No, wait, he's different than before. The look of insanity only belongs to a berserker. Master, there is something very wrong with Julius's left arm. Well, servant mumbled mysteriously under her breath. I see what he did. That's not his arm. He stole another master's arm and attached it to himself. What? Julius must have ambushed a great number of masters and killed them. He somehow managed to preserve one of his victims' arms and appropriate their command seal. I wonder which master's arm he stole. What if that arm belonged to the master of Berserker? So Rani? I mean, Rani's corpse is a thing and then there's a second Rani. It seems that servant also belongs to the Berserker class. A servant belongs to two classes. Intriguing. Most servants only have one class, but this one has the attributes of two. His power must be incredible. I can't believe that this servant's mind and body have been able to endure this outrageous injustice. I need neither rational thought nor coherent memories. Everything comes to an end now. Now, burn to ashes. Alright, you know what's worse? There's no free turn bullshit. There's no free turn bullshit. This is win. This is win. The fact I can see all of his bullshit is a little mad. But I'm happy about it, I will be honest, and boy, that's health. See, that was 2,500. Oh no, I did multiple in a while. Okay, I was gonna check the numbers, but never mind. Yeah, that sounds about right. With a ground-shaking roar of bestial rage, the once ferocious martial artist disappeared into the sky. Li Xuan, considered by many to be one of the greatest masters in the history of Bajie though he dedicated his life to the martial arts, he was undone by the karma his acts of violence demanded. Julius's normally refined features contort as the command seal on the back of his hand glows deep red. Unable to withstand the pain that's surging through his body, Julius hunches over. I can barely watch as he writhes in pain. It's too late to help. Julius's command seals disappear one by one as his body collapses upon itself. I cannot bring myself to strike the finishing blow, despite the fact that he tried to kill me many times over. I cannot kill him as he is now. A person from who this body of mine is copied from might have lived their life much like he did. His eyes slowly open. So this is the end. Julius breathes in deep. There's no longer the madness or bloodlust tinging his eyes. There's serenity in your eyes. Though I cannot understand why, you actually have some pity for me. As his shoulders move in time with his laboured breathing, Julius looks up into the sky of this empty world, covered by the waters of the virtual sea. Remember the question you asked me before the elimination battle? Why do you kill? You were right, you know. It's exactly what you guessed. The Holy Grail, the Highways, none of them ever really mattered. When I was young, only one person ever showed me love. Me, who had never been loved before. No one can live without love, not even someone like me, whose life has no value otherwise. There was a woman who taught me my life had value. She died without any warning. It was so sudden, in order to secure Leo's inheritance. Her family had her assassinated. Her final request to her killer was to protect Leo, my brother. I can no longer clearly remember the exact events. Looking back on it, the whole incident seems so surreal. I liken it to a badly made movie, poorly made, laughably acted, and generally done in poor taste. Julius isn't looking my way. He is now deep in his memories. But since then, our purpose was clear. I would work to grant her final wish and then join her in death. People began to despise me like I was an evil spirit whose hands were forever tainted with blood. But I could accept that, because in trying to grant her wish, I had a motivation in life. But you, while destroying my cause, didn't finish me off. Why? I've been more awed by Julius than any other opponent, but inside his ferocity lay a deep melancholy. Behind his frozen gaze, I sensed a man crying out for rescue like a helpless infant. I just wanted someone to rescue me. Maybe I did. Julius cast his eyes down. I feel like I've been lost in the darkness, alone, ever since birth. Never considering that there might be hope or another path. My whole life, I've been an insect, desperately drawn to a single light far ahead of me. But maybe my life wasn't all that bad. It's bright here. If I could be born one more time, I may live the same way again. Even if my dark journey ends in pain, it means everything to see the light at the end of the path. A yellow light can be seen reflected off the eyes of Julius's raised head. Maybe he's seeing the only person who can truly save him. The only hope that's... I don't hope that's the case. I'm sad I'm powerless to do anything for him myself. Kisanami. You are crying for me? I had forgotten the beauty that such a gesture can hold. No, don't shed tears, not for me. Before his finger reaches my cheek, I wipe to wipe away the tears. It melts away into thin air. Ah, it's time. My heart cringes as his hands and feet lose colour and become translucent as teardrops. And then... with a faint smile spreading across his lips, Julius disappears without a trace. Aight! Well, that was not oddly touching send-off for that character. I was not expecting that. Alright then. We're just gonna peace out, I guess. You dealt splendidly with the spectre we found in the arena. In fact, I am more unnerved that we have not yet encountered our opponent in the arena. I don't believe the princeling would plot anything nefarious, but one can never be too cautious. 35, really? Okay, well I'm there, so... yeah, alright. Ah, yeah.